Greetings and welcome. Thank you for stopping by here on YouTube Live. If you are logging in on the original air date, which is Saturday, August the 27th, 2022. Otherwise, if you're just logging in at a later date, greetings and welcome. Thank you for stopping by. This is not a reading, but it is a channeled message. As I was out and about in nature with my son, we live in a place where you see all sorts of woodland creatures, a lot of nature. It's very beautiful. We're exposed to a lot of green, a lot of water, a lot of nature. Okay, animals, all sorts of animals, insects, just everything. Okay, that we were not that exposed to while we were still in Sodom and Gomorrah, which for me is Las Vegas, Nevada. So we were out and about in nature, and as we were walking, my son noticed it before I did. Okay, so he kept walking. He was like, "Ooh," and I was like, "What?" And he just, kept walking. So I was looking around. And I looked down, and I saw a snake. Okay, but it was a snake that it was not only dead, but it had been, I don't know if it had got run over, or because it was like more than dead. Okay, dead would imply that it was just on the ground, it stopped breathing, and it's just not moving, and it's dead. It was like its insides were outside. Okay, it looked like it was dried up, or I don't know what happened. Now I knew why my son was like ill, but when I looked at it, when I saw it, and we kept walking, we were in nature, kept walking, I looked at it. And at that second, as soon as I did that, I was like, wow. And then I heard, yeah, the snake is dead or about to be. And I was like, ooh. And I just kind of let it go and kept walking. And I was like, well, and the reason why I felt like that came through that way is because time is an illusion. So everything is always happening at once. But for some of you, if your story is similar to myself, it's a lot that's going to actually play out before this year is over with. And so it's representing snakes, the snakes that's been in your life. Okay. Snakes, snaky, sneaky, predatory. Um, all of that implies when we call people a snake, we're typically saying they're individuals that betray people, individuals that will kill for money, that would kill, you know, um, all sorts of things. Just people who lack morale. They lack morals. There it is, ding dong. They lack morals. They may play like they have morals for the public, but they lack morals. And they could have did some very snaky shit to you. And it could have been a whole lot of people. So I feel like this is going to be a series of events. So just watch, okay? Especially if people were trying to harm you, okay? Collective, if you know people were behind trying to kill you, okay? They were behind trying to poison you. They were behind, the dark witches and dark warlocks doing rituals on you. They were behind sacrifices. They were behind trying to set you up and send out hitmen, and they was just going lunatics, cuckoo, cuckoo, and you are aware of it. Okay, and you've been divinely guided away, and you got your spirit guidance team that they're doing some whooping ass, boy, for you. Okay, and as you are healing, continue to heal and cleanse, and do whatever it is that you're being guided to do. I felt like that's confirmation. Like, I like that. I saw it was gross to look at. Okay, by the way, because first and foremost, I don't like looking at snakes when they're not dead. Okay, so it was, gross to look at, but I like the fact that the motherfucker was mutilated. I do like that. I like the fact that it was dead and destroyed, and the insides bitch was like, it was dead. Death ran over. It was death ran over. So not only was it death, but it was like, okay, there's an energy of exposure. Okay, it's going to be exposed. The snake wasn't just dead; it was exposed. So it could be that prior to the actual death, there's going to be a series of events that exposes them. Then after these series of events of these exposures, for whatever reason, it could be, now you guys, it's going to be different for everybody. It could be by way of spell work, because some of these people are still addicted and obsessed and they self-destruct. So some of them may actually die by their own spell work. While they're doing rituals on you, collective, they may get a surprise. Some of them, okay? Because some of these people have invested already so much in death, and you all have called judgment and you're returning to sender. And if you're a divine being on a divine path, you are outranking them. This is what people don't understand. They think because, oh, they've been a spiritualist since 1975 and they are part of this, whatever, whatever, but none of that matters. It's about the soul. It's about those otherworldly energies, if you will. Okay. So they're out of bounds. This is why a lot of them are plagued. Okay. They'll try to cover and go, oh, I'm spared. And no, they're plagued, bitch, because they've been doing death ritual stage. Okay. So some of them may end up dying by their spell work. Others of them, it's just going to be like freaky weird shit. Okay. It's going to be freaky weird. Out of the blue. It's going to look regular. It's going to, be like a regular day, or them doing their regular, spiel. Because a lot of them are full of addictions. They're full of addictions that they hide. Some of these people are on drugs. And these drugs then fucked them up. And when I say drugs, I'm talking about beyond the ganja bitch. Like, that was the gateway. These people get high or do drugs. And some of them do it so they can stay skinny. Some of them do it, you know, um, because of the depressions and one thing and another and trying to deal with shit. But it's also fucked them up. It's gotten pretty fucked up. They may hide it with fancy clothes and, going to church and all this different shit that people do to try to cover that they're addicts. And I should know because I got experience with addicts, okay? I got experience from a very, very early age. First and foremost, I come from a family of addicts. I'm just going to keep it on the 100. I come from a bloodline of addicts, period. Drunks, okay? They were. I'm sorry. It's the truth. It's the truth, bitch. Like, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, addicts, and very abusive. So I've seen this shit. I've seen this shit early on. And then as I grew up, I also seen it personal relationships because I still had to heal this shit. I still had to deal. So I know what addicts are like. I know how functional addicts perform as well. And I know how well they're able to hide this from everyone for a long time. Okay? So some of these people are going to die by their addictions. That's the next thing that's going to happen. For some, they're going to die by their spell work because they're obsessed. They're not going to stop. The lights on, nobody's home. They need to win at all costs. So they're still going to do it. Okay? They're going to do this shit till the wheels fall off. They're pissed that shit ain't turning out right. They're pissed that, their exposure is here. So they're going to do this shit till the wheels fall off. You hear me? They're going to go to practitioner after practitioner, spellcaster after spellcaster. They themselves are going to be doing it. Okay? And each one of them are going to be hit, by the way. So the ones that are there, they may malfunction as they are on an altar with the talisman bitch and the candles bitch, like whatever it is that they be doing, they may very well. Sorry, yeah, that was probably one of them. I don't know. I'm just joking. I don't know for sure, but that's how I feel about that. So chat. Well, then the other ones, some are going to be ill. Like some of them are going to take ill because they also were like trying to poison some of you. They were, sending sickness and disease to you, on your body. So some of them are going to get these weird out of the blue kind of sicknesses. Okay. That's going to seem to just take them out. Nobody's going to foresee it. Okay. Then Okay, so like, okay, some are gonna die by the spell, some are gonna get sick, bitch. And then the others, okay, you get it. The others is gonna be freak accidents. Like them just going about life, everything seemed to be regular. Okay, so for being a freak accident could be anything, you guys. Okay, it could be they're driving somewhere, they're flying somewhere. It could be, you know how that goes. Anything like that, Final Destination type of energy. Those movies, The Final Destination, just weirdy shit because they sent it to you. They sent it to the collective. So all of this accumulation, okay, for a long time could have seemed like, okay, so nothing's gonna happen. Uh-uh. But the way it's gonna happen is gonna be very interesting. That exposure, the snake was on the ground open. I saw its insides. It wasn't just dead, it was death ran over. I saw its insides. It was mutilated. Okay. And so I feel like this is a part of these people's karma because, first and foremost, they were trying to humiliate the collective. They were trying to expose the collective. They were adding lies on top of truths. They invested so much on trying to destroy the collective that they're going to reap all of that investment onto themselves. Some of them won't be able to die until that. So there's going to be an incessant energy that's kind of pushing in the otherworldly energies that they're going to be exposed no matter how many spells they try to do to cover, no matter how they try to cover up their tracks, no matter who they try to pay, like they're going to be exposed. And the people who are dumb enough to still work with these individuals are equally going to be exposed. And they're equally going to receive the fate. Anybody who have invested collective in harming you and then have not made proper amends to you are going to suffer that fate. Do you hear? The ones who invested in death will die. They're going to die. And not in the way that we all die, bitch. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we all gonna die, bitch, on this earth. You know what I'm saying? This earth school. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Because these individuals are also behind the death of people before you, collective. They're behind a lot of deaths, okay, that look like it was just natural events, that look like it was just because this person had cancer and this person had AIDS and this person had, Parkinson's disease and this person had, drug addictions or bad health. Okay, all those things were true, but that ain't why they died. And so they're going to reap. They're not getting away. The snake is not getting away. They're either dead or they're about to be. And collective, don't you shed one tear. You hear me? And I mean not one. Because these people did not shed a tear about you. In fact, they took delight in fucking with you. So smile. These people are at the root of a lot of injustices, not only on your life, but many others. They're behind a lot of fuckery and a lot of people. So they're a waste of skin. They have refused any kind of divinity, any type of light energy. So they've made their choice. Isn't that true? They've made their choice. They have chosen their side. So they have chosen, if you will, for lack of better words, the dark side. And so those very things that they invest in, that they call up, that they conjure up, is going to come and visit them. Because all frequencies, energies, beings, whatever you want to call it, believe it or not, you guys, otherworldly energy, there's still ranks, there's still order. And when things get violated, things get tricky when the time is up. Some of these people have lived in temporary, shallow victories for a while, so this is why their arrogance and their pride has led them to their final destination. Has led them to what I saw on the road, a snake, cracked open, dead. Insides exposed to the elements. So they will be exposed. You know what it reminds me of, collective? And y'all know I don't have religious bent, but I do know the value of the stories, the archetypal energies that's represented in scriptures as well as other texts. Okay? Jezebel is dying. She is going down. Her end in the scripture, because see, if you look at her whole little story, she wanted power and control. She was a bully. She emasculated men. She did weird shit to children. Okay? She was a whore. And she hated truth. Okay? She threatened people. She threatened prophets. She threatened the truth speakers. That's the way I really put it. She threatened truth speakers. Okay? People who posed a threat to expose who the fuck she really was versus how she wanted to be seen to the world. Unfortunately, she had a coward ass, I'm gonna be good, coward ass husband and shit, bitch. Ain't had weak back. You know what I'm saying? But I'll get off of that for now. Her final demise wasn't pretty. All that pain and destruction that she had caused innocent lives came in abundance, returning unto her. It came in abundance, bitch. Read the story. She was trampled. They threw her whole ass from over the tower in which she stood upon, bitch. Okay? Somebody did. I gotta go back and figure out who threw the hole. Because the story reads like somebody, I don't know if she fell or if somebody threw her. Okay? But what happened was she did fall from like a very high place up, and then they said, and as she fell, and then she got trampled upon, she was mutilated. So she didn't just fall and die, she was fucking mutilated. And that was her destiny for the shit that she had done. And I'm sure the people, the lives, the families, the individuals that she had caused harm, I bet you they didn't cry. I bet you they didn't shed not one tear. So collective, I know it's a lot. Whenever this happens, okay? But for most of you, most of us, 12, 22. Even if it's down to 12, 31, 22, 11, 59 p.m. 12, 22. Series of events. Snakes are being dealt with. Stay on your path, okay? But it is going to be this energy. So this is telling me that for whatever reason, collective, you or no one else may be able to track it, okay? I don't know why. Okay? They're cursed. See, these are people betrayed you all time and time again. They were behind the betrayals. The betrayals they shall reap. Okay? They were behind trying to be cruel to you guys, stress you out. Like this voodoo doll, they had voodoo dolls, they used voodoo dolls. Now this is going to become them. The ancestors are visiting some of these people in their sleep, probably why some of them are on drugs and drinking now. Okay? This is insane. Now, the last thing that I just heard, some of them are going to die in jail. For the ones that actually go, because not every last one of them are going to literal jail, but for the ones that actually do go to jail, that's going to be where they die. And I don't know why that either. It could be an accident in jail. You know, it could be anything. But just look at it, collective, as this, and then just move on. Just look at it like this. That is all of this energy that they have invested years on you, dear. Think about every time your child suffered, it was because of them. So this should put a smile on your face. Think about everything that was made more difficult than it had to be because of them. This will put a smile on your face. Think about what they stole and pretended like they didn't. This will put a smile on your face. Okay? Think about how they came against your work, how they came against this. So when it happens and it's all shocking, it's shocking. It's shocking. Remember, if they had it their way, you would have been dead a long time ago. If they would have had it their way, honey, because they weren't doing death rituals for nothing. If they had it your way, you would have been dead a long time ago. People don't send hitmen for nothing. If they had it their way, you would have been gone a long time ago. So I highly recommend you guys just smile and nod. Keep healing. And keep moving forward. Now, the wake of what they leave behind, that's what's unfortunate and sad. I know. Hopefully, motherfuckers that's left behind wake up for their own sake. Because what they need to understand is this is progressive. If they don't, they'll be next. The only way out of this kind of toxicity is through true ascension and healing. Okay? But anyway, that's it and that's all. I'll be back, you guys. I just wanted to come and share what I call a little mini message that I got because I saw that dead snake and wasn't a good look. Wasn't a good look, but I will say what's good about it is good because they got it coming. That's how I feel about that. So should you, collective.